Hello. Okay, so there have been a lot of discussions and sharing of thoughts about season 2 of House of the Dragon. For me personally, now that I have had some time to digest things, something that struck me is how the writers failed to fully capitalize on Helaena Targaryen this season. I want to discuss some ways that the writers could have expanded upon her character and what she could have added to the story. As always, there will be spoilers here. We will be talking about House of the Dragon Season 2, and we will talk about Fire and Blood. Alrighty, so let's start at the beginning of Helena's story this season. So we see her getting ready to put her children to bed when two attackers come into her chambers. They force her to reveal which one of her twins is her son, and then they kill him. She is able to escape with her daughter, and then after that, she is made to join a public funeral procession, even though all she wants to do is be left alone and given time to grieve. So after she has dealt with the initial shock of the attack, her strategy for keeping it together seems to be minimizing her loss and rationalizing her emotions. She talks about how the small folk lose their children all the time and about how her loss is not special. I remember when this season was airing, some people disliking this element, feeling that the writers were kind of making it seem like she doesn't care about the son that she just lost. So this, to me, is where the missed opportunity started to crop up. So in the books, Helaena is described as being beloved by the people. I feel like the writers should have brought this into the show by having her venturing out to do things like charity work in King's Landing. One of the things that stood out to me during the funeral scene is how everyone wanted to share their condolences with her. You could have her wanting to give back to the people who tried to offer her comfort, and wanting to distract herself from everything that she's feeling. I know that screen time is very precious, so if there are concerns in that regard, what the writers could have done is have viewers get to know Hugh and Ulf, who are in King's Landing, in scenes with her. Like, for example, you could have her bring medicine for Hugh's daughter, or give Ulf money for booze or something. I know that Helaena is more introverted. However, I think if you keep these scenes between her and one or two more characters that she gets to know, and it's like in a calm setting, I think it would still be in character for her. You could also tie this into the food shortage plotline. Maybe she doesn't get permission to bring food, but she is able to bring things like the aforementioned money and medicine. It would also add impact to the riot scene in episode 6. I mean, think about it. Wouldn't it show just how desperate things have gotten for the small folk if they are willing to turn their backs on someone who actually put in some effort to help them? So now that we have kind of touched upon some of the more grounded elements of her story, let's start looking at the magical elements. So Helena's dragon dreams seem to get stronger this season. She goes from saying vague things like, "I'm afraid of the rats," to basically telling Aemond his entire plotline for the next few seasons. We aren't given much information about this change. I think if the writers are going with the idea that her visions are getting clearer, they should have shown us that. As previously stated, screen time is precious. An efficient way to show her powers growing is to have her see things that'll happen to the people she's with. Like, for example, in the hypothetical Helaena and King's Landing storyline. She could see Hugh's daughter's death, or Hugh and Ulf claiming dragons. You could also have the visions getting more specific as time goes on, and then it would all culminate in her seeing Aemond's fate in the finale. Okay, so that I've kind of rambled on here. I know that ultimately Helaena is kind of a side character in the story, and that we still have more seasons to go, so that the writers might expand upon her character more in the next few seasons. However, I still feel like this season suffers from a lack of Helaena. I think had we gotten a bit more time with her and been able to see more of her dealing with her loss, I think it would have strengthened the pro-peace message of the story and helped the audience understand why Alicent and Rhaenyra both try to pursue less destructive paths. Helaena could kind of serve as a representative of how people who have nothing to do with the war are going to be hurt. That theme would be given even more weight She's kind of used as one of the lenses for which we get to see the suffering small folk. I wonder what you guys think of the ideas I presented here. As always, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!